All right, so you know how I have to do everything wrong? Like I play World of Warcraft and I use the touchpad on the laptop.
Yeah, very wrong.
It's very wrong, and I continue to do things wrong. So I've been working on some of the art stuff for us, and I've got a system now, and I'm able to like draw things rather than just what I was doing, which was not very good. But I am doing it pretty explicitly wrong. First off, still on a laptop, still rocking the laptop as my only mode of computer. And what I'm doing is I'm sketching on a sketchbook, and then I take a picture on my phone. I send it to myself via Discord.
Based.
Yes.
Don't got email.
Don't got email these days. I'm unplugged. But I am on Discord. so I send it to myself on Discord. I open it up in GIMP, the image processor, not my friend who lives with me.
Why is it named that?
GNU image manipulation program. Yeah, the acronym includes a separate acronym as the G.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They really wanted to call it GIMP.
Yeah.
You do.
But it's really nice. It's not a very friendly program, I don't think, but I've been using it.
It's so hard to figure out, man. I gave up on GIMP.
I've been using it, and I've gotten pretty good at it, and now my system
You gotta beat it into submission.
You really do. You really do. But once you beat it into submission, it's so rewarding.
It's a good GIMP.
It's a good GIMP.
Damn.
It wants whatever you ask.
It wants to work with you. So using GIMP, the tablet that I got, I broke the cord on it like 2 months ago. Not by like using it too much, by being foolish and stepping on it weird and bending the USB part. And I looked it up, and replacing that is $70 American. So that tablet is essentially just going to bug me in the corner of my room now. That's where it lives and glares at me. So I've been drawing with the trackpad on the laptop, and I've gotten pretty good at it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, when I need to have like stroke lines, I just do like points from and then I bend the little line that connects them.
The bezier curver?
Yeah. And then there's a thing where you can manipulate that and like how much you like pull away, and that like makes it looks like the pressure like increases where it's like not pulled away, so I can manipulate it.
You should see their faces. They're judging him so hard right now. They're shaking their heads.
It just seems like such an unnecessary.
So many extra steps.
I've gotten really fast.
But you don't.
I do have to. That cord is $70.
I'll give you $70 to buy the cord.
And I've spent all this time getting good at this way.
It's a skill to have. And with that, welcome back to Scryer's Room. I am your host, Famfare.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mario.
I'm Nick.
We got Nick again today.
Hey.
Kevin, sunk cost fallacy, okay?
Hey, I drew up the new thumbnail design. That looks good, right?
It does. How
That
much
was the
better
touchpad?
would it look if you had a mouse?
If you could do it the real way instead of the way you figured out how to do it.
Yeah.
Using ingenuity.
It looks really good.
It does look great.
It's very impressive.
Great.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
I've gotten really good at like measuring exactly how I have a real steady brush now with holding down the trackpad clicker part while dragging my finger on the trackpad to move the brush. I've gotten real smooth.
God bless.
It's all those
Kevin
wow
Thomas.
skills he got playing.
Yeah, it
WoW
is.
on
It's
touchpad.
literally, he's a master with the touchpad.
He really
this
is.
It's been decades of this
Wizard
shit.
with the touchpad.
You don't need a mouse. A mouse is a handicap for Kevin.
It is.
100%.
I don't play with this thing.
It feels so far away.
It feels
all
so
right
far
here.
away. What does that even mean? I get.
Like, imagine
Yeah.
you're used to driving a car, right? And it's got a wheel, and they're pretty standard sized steering wheels.
Yeah.
But now imagine that you have to hold your arms like out, like you're steering a ship at sea.
Yeah.
That's what having a mouse is for me. I'm like, this is
That
so.
actually makes sense. I can visualize it.
Yeah.
Kevin,
Your
this
arm
is-
is all the way over here now instead of at your chin like a grunt going.
Oh yeah. To complete the mental image, I'm doing all of this essentially in a seated state where the laptop is on my chest. I'm real close to this thing.
Inches away.
Yeah.
Kevin, this is like you're choosing to use like a push mower when you
Not even
when
the
you could
gas powered or electric
when you could be
powered
riding. Yeah, like the one that like with the spinny
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah,
and you're just
yeah.
like, but I've gotten so good with it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but
I think this is more of a scythe situation.
Yeah, this is
I can get every blade of grass the same height with my scythe.
a scythe would be fucking like you're inputting commands on the keyboard. All right,
Open up
touchpad
Linux.
is at least a push mower.
Because it's still wrong, but you're still using a mower, I
There's
guess.
better options.
Yeah.
is the point.
So I have to do everything wrong, and
You don't.
it's
You choose to do.
it's a choice.
yeah. Hey, I hope everybody likes the new thumbnail I've been working on.
It is good.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Our videos will be featuring a new thumbnail for our season 3.
It'll be nice. So, what we were talking about before I had to explain.
If you like the new thumbnail, donate to the Buy Kevin a Mouse Fund.
The
Or
money will be.
charger for his tablet.
It's just a cord that goes between the tablet and the computer. It's USB on one end, and then a weird, jagged, I guess, proprietary plug on the other. And it costs $70. It's completely unreasonable.
We appreciate your charity.
But yeah, we were discussing Star Wars.
Yeah, specifically, we started discussing because I like to do the George Lucas voice. He's got a very specific way of speaking that I'm not actually doing a very accurate job with, but my version of it is a lot of fun to do.
George with a capital G.
God, George with the capital G.
God, what does that even mean?
No, that's my favorite quote because it's just like that's how names work, George.
Yeah, man, it's a proper noun.
That's your name. We're gonna capitalize it.
All right, I'm Kevin with a lowercase k now.
Put some
Which-
respect on it.
I know what he means, like God with
He's-
a capital
yeah.
G, but like that's not a good 1-to-1, George.
Yeah, that I don't think so.
Well,
I'm gonna be Kevin with a
Some would
lowercase
say.
k. That's me now.
Kevin with a capital K.
Kevin with a lowercase
Lower-
a
k.
lowercase K. Oh,
Yeah.
whoa.
yeah, you gotta earn the capital.
Oh.
Capitalizing makes things seem so professional, and no, that's
No, he's just Kevin.
I draw with the trackpad on my laptop.
Just right under his chin.
It looks so bad. If somebody came in while I was doing it, I would be so humiliated. I would look like Jabba the Hutt. Oh,
Oh, we were discussing that each of the 3 movie sets has the 2 that are the good ones.
the thing is that like the quote I was talking about was him talking about like, these they follow a pattern. It's like poetry. It rhymes,
Yeah.
which led to
Me saying, so what was the poetry for episode 8 and 9?
yeah. What pattern did they
Yeah,
follow?
what pattern did they follow?
I say that the pattern they follow is the same pattern as the other 2 trilogies, which is that one of them is markedly better than the other 2. I'm not saying any of these movies are good, but I will say for each of these trilogies, one of them's better than the other 2.
Absolutely. That is, I feel like it is a rule of thumb.
Now I enjoy Star Wars. When I say like I won't call any of these good, what I mean is like don't think that I love Star Wars. I like it.
They're fun movies.
They're fun. I
They're
like
not
them.
like good in that like, oh, you'll have a spiritual awakening and it'll deeply touch you on a spirit. No, like it's not for that. It's a roller coaster.
It can't be for that.
I mean,
Okay.
It's
sometimes
meaningful to
I
some
get-
people. Yes.
Yeah.
the Church of the Jedi exists, and I do not
real.
demean that.
Okay.
I won't belittle that. Their teachings are really cool. It's super wholesome. It's nice stuff. So yeah, I guess you can. But like,
My point
it's
is that
not
I don't.
for that.
Yeah.
And if you don't get that out of that, that's fine because it's not meant for that.
Yeah.
it's meant to be a roller coaster, and it's fantastic.
Is that what George with a capital G meant? All right.
Death of the author. Death of the author.
I haven't been involved in these movies in more than 20 years.
But yes.
Please stop emailing me.
But speaking of, each of these movies that has the good one, for the original trilogy,
yes, this is where the disagreement.
The Empire Strikes Back is the best one.
Right.
It could be the best one.
It could be the
I think
best
it's the
one
best out of all the Star Wars movies. I feel like it gives us the Imperial March, it gives us Yoda, it ups the stakes. It's a perfect sequel. And that it gives us everything the first one did, but then ups the ante and ups the stakes. The only thing it doesn't give us is like an actual ship battle, but we start off with the Battle of Hoth, which is sufficient.
Yeah, Battle of Hoth is pretty fun.
It's sufficient. The land speeders taking on the AT-AT.
I consider the AT-AT fight to be like that's all the ship battles are just supposed to be references to like World War II fighter planes and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's just that with a blue sky rather than a black one.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It starts off with the ship battle.
So dope that they redid it in episode 8.
Yeah.
We got to redo that.
Yeah.
They
really did. They really fucking did.
Good.
They bring their big robot camels and we trip them up. It's great.
But my little thing about the Yoda thing though, like so if we watched it the way you were supposed to watch it, the way chronologically it came out.
Yes.
I didn't show my wife it that way. I was like, we're going to start from chronologically.
Why would you do that to her?
Because she doesn't like old stuff. Really.
Oh,
so I had to get her hooked.
You have to trick her into
I had to
enjoying
trick her
something.
into it.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good.
If
that's
I
a
showed
good
her
angle.
a
That's a good angle.
1960s movie, she'd be like, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah, I have to be tricked like a
Wait,
dog
wait.
getting pill with
Well, then-
cheese.
What did you start with?
Yeah.
Start with episode 1.
Oh, Phantom Menace.
That's not
Yeah.
the earliest.
I'm not going to do... No, we're
All
not
right.
even talking...
We're not getting into this right now,
We're
Mario.
not bringing that up, all right? Just stop right there. Nip that in the bud. We're not even bringing that
We're
up.
talking about the core trilogy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I started with episode 1. She's like, oh, this is great. Boom, boom, boom. Moved to episode 2, 3. There was a bit of a gap between episode 2 and 3 because I was like, am I going to make you watch Clone Wars?
Hey!
the
Wars.
cartoon.
Oh, the cartoon.
Yeah.
The cartoon.
Cartoon.
Okay, I thought you were going to talk
Am
about
I going to make
it
you watch the whole thing? It's like, no, that's too much. All right, am I going to make you watch the episodes that actually matter
Yeah.
and build on the
There's
story?
a ton of lists that are just like,
Yeah.
these are the episodes that
Wait,
matter
the
to
Clone
watch.
Wars, the Getty animation, or the CGI animation?
The CGI one.
Yeah. The Gendy one isn't canon anymore.
Do you think she'd like it?
I mean, the Gendy one's also only like, 40 minutes
Because that's
long?
something I want to commit to watching at some point. Because
There's-
I think
that-
I'd like
There's
it.
quite a few episodes of that one.
But they're really
Yeah,
short.
but they're all short.
They're really short, but they're also
Yeah,
fucking
there's a lot of
awesome.
them.
Yeah,
they're
they're
the
badass.
they're so good
They're
that I
sick as
didn't
fuck.
watch the CGI one because this is a Clone Wars.
Well,
This isn't a sick shit I watched.
it's the
Yeah.
only time General Grievous gets to be cool.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's a monster in
He's
that
a
one.
monster.
And then Mace
So,
Windu does the
Obi-Wan.
most impressive thing that's ever been shown on screen with Force powers, besides video games.
Yeah, and it's just so beautifully drawn. And there's a scene where the clone troopers are just doing this last stand shit. It's fucking sick, dude.
It's dope.
It's so good. They did a great job.
Watch it if you haven't seen it. But,
Did you make her watch the
No,
Clone
I
Wars
didn't. I
CGI?
made her watch a couple episodes, and she wasn't really into it. The CGI, the animation. She has an animation hiccup thing,
Yeah.
like a lot of people. Get over it. But so I was all right. We're moving on. So we watched episode 3. So okay, now we're watching Rogue One. I was like, hey, this is a more modern one, but it leads into the
old one.
old ones.
Yeah.
So the one after this is probably the best Star Wars movie ever.
Yeah.
Rogue One. It's like, so this is the best. And then now we're going to go to the old ones. And you have to get, prepare yourself for that. She's like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I like what we're watching so far. And she enjoyed the first one, but then when Yoda showed up in episode Empire Strikes Back or whatever, she was like, this is it. Who's this Yoda? Like, why is he acting like this? Why does he look like this? This isn't the Yoda.
This isn't the Yoda she knows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the badass wise guy.
Yeah.
From put together, super wise. He's just like,
Back when he was like
I'm just a trickster.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Luke Skywalker.
Back when he was a practicing wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another deranged old man.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
like, who the fuck is this?
She
shit?
didn't like it when he she's R2-D2 because
she
he's trying to
enjoyed-
steal his Cheetos.
Yeah, she enjoyed those parts where he's
bless.
being like a crazy old.
Those are on the tray. Go look for it.
He's like,
Cheetos look like space food.
I would say Cheetos are a great space food.
Cheetos? Nah,
I mean,
dust.
they're not
It
good
does.
for space. I'm saying that they're a good food that you would like present to somebody and be like, "It's from space."
It's a blue
Yeah.
milk situation.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, she didn't. She was like, "Who's this Yoda?"
Who's this Yoda? Did Yoda have like a massive brain hemorrhage?
Yeah.
I will say,
He still talked like that.
I will say, one of the biggest
But I love that
contributors
Yoda.
to Big Tony is the scene in Episode 2 where Yoda shows up and Dooku's about to like fuck over Anakin and Obi-Wan, and Yoda
Already
force grips his lightsaber and turns it on and begins doing flips and shit, and just starts beating his ass with the lightsaber. But it's like he's like a little guy,
Yeah.
But he's like flying around and shit. And I was like, this opens up a whole new avenue of fighting in fantasy that my little child brain never thought existed. And then immediately
that. Yeah.
afterwards, we get World of Warcraft, and how do gnomes fight with the great swords? They do the little flip thingy.
Yep, they hop around.
Yeah, it's and that has always been. Guild Wars 2 has it. Like that's 100%. If that's an option, we're doing it.
Yeah.
We're locked in.
I'm smirking because I'm just like, I have so much like expanded universe bullshit I could just talk about.
You are a guru on this. You are a fiend.
We had an
They
episode about
killed
this
your
already, yeah.
baby. I forgot they killed your baby.
They killed it.
So another thing.
Not
Snuffs
episode
it
7
out.
so much.
Yeah.
Episode 7 didn't really murder it.
I'm talking about the extended universe where it's just like a whole bunch. I mean, yeah, I guess that ties in. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like
But episode 8 and 9 murdered the.
there was a
extended
lot of stuff they did
Well,
with.
no, Disney did.
I mean, Disney did, but
Yeah, that was the one they actually solidified it. Yeah, because like a lot of stuff with the Mandalorian.
Like 30, 40 years of novels, losers.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
yeah,
it doesn't matter. What are you talking about?
They tried to salvage some stuff in the Mandalorian, and it was cool, but like, there's just so much other shit that just scattered to the fucking wind. They're like, nope, get
Nope,
fucked.
not
You know what's one of my
happened.
favorites? And like, you don't know about this unless you're a weird Star Wars person, is Alan Moore.
Is a weird Star Wars guy?
No, got to have a Star Wars issue.
What do you mean?
What?
A comic.
Yeah.
Oh, there's tons of Star Wars comics. Yeah,
But Alan Moore.
that does. What is it about?
Real weird shit. Ever heard of the Bedlam
who's Alan Moore?
Spirits?
Who's Alan Moore?
Alan Moore is Watchmen.
The famously weird comic book man.
Yeah.
Who has
okay.
he has
V
the
for
giant
Vendetta.
beard, and like whenever he's like being interviewed, one of the subtitles is like he's like comic book author and warlock.
There you go.
Well, because he's
You have to put that in.
He's into like hermeticism and
Yeah.
shit.
He is a warlock. That's one of his titles,
Oh, man.
apparently.
Oathbreaker.
It's like a less weird sexual Aleister Crowley type deal, you know?
Yeah, no, one of those guys.
You know, because he works
there
in comics, so it's a lot less sexual.
He's a lot less weird than Grant Morrison, okay? Anyway, he wrote a comic, and of course, because it's Alan Moore, it's super fucking weird. Ever heard of the Bedlam Spirits? Didn't think so. So those are 4 just like, we don't know what they are. They're
Evil ghosts.
They seem to
That's
just
what I'm
be
guessing.
like force entities. There's 4 of them. I can always remember 3, except the last one. Let's see if I can do it. There's
Amnesia.
Tilitny, who is like a weird green space woman. Splendid App, who I think is like a weird inverted pyramid thing. Cold Dan to
That's
Sin,
hot. That's hot.
who's a weird little
Space
like
babes.
white sun with a face. And then the last one I always forget. But yeah, they're basically just like omnipotent god things, and then they're just chilling, and then like Leia or someone is being chased by like stormtroopers, and then Tilitny, the chick one, sees them, and she's just like, "Oh, sick, guys! Check out how awesome I am. I'm pretty sure I just made those things." Like, and then they make fun of her because there's 3 stormtroopers. She's like, they all look the same. You have no imagination, you dumb bitch, basically. And
Damn, got her
she gets
ass.
mad and then like turns like one of them to diamond or something.
Different enough for you?
Yeah, basically kills them, and then like Leia gets away, and then it's like the end of it is, and that's it. That's all you ever see of Bedlam Spirits. Then it's
One time
like
they saved Leia.
they got into there's
Technically.
Not even on purpose.
I forget. They're chasing somebody. I'm pretty sure it's Leia, but it's like some
Getting
weird,
chased a lot.
like warp travel shenanigans, and those the suits of stormtrooper armor were like on that planet, but they were found, and when they were like thousands of years old.
Oh.
What did Alan Moore mean by this?
Who can say?
Yeah, okay.
That's
Anyway, Disney was just like, "Fuck you, get out of here," and you don't have to worry about that anymore. Bedlam Spirits, it's a one-off
really
little
don't.
comic
It
thing.
doesn't
You
even matter
really
anymore.
fucking don't
Nope.
have to worry about a goddamn thing.
Nope.
But who was the guy they brought back in Mandalorian with the red eyes? Bale?
Oh, Cad Bane.
Cad Bane,
yeah,
the bounty hunter.
Yeah,
He's from Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, he's from Clone
Yeah.
Wars.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Nipple rubs right
He's
there.
like,
Yeah, okay.
he's like
the coolest.
He's the cowboy alien
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, because
coolest
I,
bounty
the
I-
dick-ass
so
cowboy.
That's
Yeah.
less cool then, because I assumed that was like some extended universe shit. They're like, he gets to stay.
Well, the other red eye.
probably in
So
there
there's a
somewhere.
separate
Yeah,
man
gotta
who
be.
is blue with red eyes, who you might be referring to, which is General Thrawn,
Okay.
who was extended universe, and he was
General
like.
Thrawn's still in there.
he's
Yeah.
still because of the
He's
show.
still
I think.
They made him
because of the
canon
show.
recently,
Okay,
but
there
he
you
was
go.
beloved before that because he in the
He's
extended
from an
universe.
animated show and the extended universe.
Yeah,
Okay,
Well,
cool.
because it's Grand
Rebels?
Admiral
Admiral
Thrawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He held together the remnants of like the Empire.
Yeah.
and then like
he was the
did
new
a
bad
pretty
guy
good
for
job.
a little
He did
while.
a really
like
good
yeah,
job.
like he was like a big threat to whoever the other guys.
Yeah,
I forget, the Alliance or whatever the fuck.
He was in Rebels. He was the main antagonist in the Rebels animated series, and then they brought him back in Ahsoka.
yeah. She
Nice.
because the end of Rebels had him getting sent to the end of space by an evil, well, not an evil, by a space whale that was working with the Jedi, and then
The space whales have warp technology.
yeah. I imagine that it's probably the other
Well
way
done.
around, where we figured out warp from studying.
Tony, why are you
the
giving me that
space
look?
whales.
Space whales have been in there since the novels.
yeah. The well
Space-
time.
There's an entire novel about it
The
where
space whales
we're
migrate using warp technology to the other outside of the Star Wars universe.
Just
much-
like Star Trek.
much like
Yeah.
I was gonna say, much like Star Trek. There's a novel I
I love
believe
Space Whale.
yeah, space
I
whales
believe
are great.
Luke and Han have to save a space whale or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Space whales are pretty.
space
good.
whales actually feel like one of the things that like might be like like all humans might agree like
It's too it's too common.
those make
Yeah.
Why?
Space
Well,
whales
because
exist.
there's so many parallels between space
And the ocean, yeah.
Yeah.
and like the astral sea. Like,
Yeah.
so why wouldn't there be a space show just like or slash space kraken being like either
that's
or.
where Cthulhu's come from.
Yeah.
Space.
Yeah.
It's a vast
Cthulhu's
Vast.
Cthulhu's
Yeah.
eat space.
So they're in
whales,
40
just like in
they're in
nature.
40K too. Void
Yeah,
whales.
exactly. They eat ships. It's terrible.
And in 40K, the Thousand Suns refer to the warp as the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
There
the
you
Sea of
go.
Souls.
Yeah.
The Sea of Souls.
I love how edgy Warhammer is. No, but speaking of Star Wars, again, going back to how, there's always one out of the three that's the good one. I really don't like
Nobody likes
the last movie.
Nobody
It's
likes
so
that.
bad I can't even remember its fucking name.
How do Ewoks defeat the Empire?
No.
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the
Return of
Jedi.
the Jedi.
Thank you. Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi is just so not good. It's not bad, but it's not good.
It's not good.
It's
bad.
not. It's bad. For compared to the others, it's bad.
It's bad.
And you look no farther than Ewoks should have been the most big Tony thing in existence. You'd think if you described
An Ewok
An
to
Ewok.
Big Tony.
you'd think, oh, Tony would love that. I hate the Ewoks.
That movie did end with a human meat feast, though.
It did! It fucking did, dude! Yo!
Pretty hardcore move for the so-called peaceful Jedi.
Jesus Christ, they cannibalized
Yub
those
nub,
slugs.
man.
know. They probably weren't eating it.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
stripped all the flesh off the bones
Okay,
to
so-
make their drums.
You guys have all been saying about which of the original anyway is the best, and then I don't know. I guess I have like a unique opinion on this.
What?
So
I think the first one is the best of the
A New
original.
Hope?
the
Yeah.
first one, I would say, is the most complete story.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
it is.
exactly why.
Of
It
the
is.
three.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
why I didn't.
Yes.
But going back to what Tony said, the second one is a near flawless sequel.
It's the perfect sequel.
Yes, it was my favorite. It still is my favorite.
The third one does give, I get
No.
you could.
No.
It's somewhat of an iconic conclusion. You have to admit.
No, it's a good conclusion. It's just
Yeah,
I just
like-
don't like the Ewoks.
I don't
But
like that
it has
conclusion at all.
glaring flaws, but it does do some things I think really good. The best one being that Luke, right off the bat, uses Force powers.
Yeah.
He shows up, and the Gamorrean guard is in his way, and he just
Yep.
chokes his ass.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, can I ask? I'd like to ask all of you. How would you fix Empire?
Take out all the Ewoks.
Take out all the Ewoks. What do you replace them with?
Return of the Jedi, I mean?
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
I mean, Rebels.
Empire, yeah.
Honestly,
Just
Anything
rebels.
besides
Yeah.
Ewoks.
I think that.
I mean,
The
like,
Forest coming alive to help them
like.
defeat the Empire is better than Ewoks.
Well, look, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, even if they keep the Scooby Doo or like Rambo traps that they were using, you know, if,
mean-
if it was just Rebels, it at least
I think that
makes
I
a
have,
little bit more sense.
And what makes it...
I have the
I
most
just rewatched it
elegant
recently,
solution.
and
I
like,
think.
the thing that upsets me the most about it is the Empire... The Emperor himself says, I put my most elite troops
Yeah.
on the planet.
Well, that's a meme. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Stormtroopers.
it is. Yeah.
Stormtroopers are a fucking meme.
But
So,
still...
the way I would
But still,
fix it,
I put my best guys out there, and they're getting cleaned up
if
by
not
primitive
rebels,
little
if
children
not rebels,
dressed up as
Imperial
monkey men.
defectors who are disillusioned with the regime,
I think
which stems into rebels.
Something.
Yeah,
Just not little teddy
to
bears.
say what Nick said, I that was the idea I had, because exactly what he said. They're supposed to be the elite troops. Well, what can counter the elite troops? Other elite troops who are
who's
pissed
like,
off.
No, we're not doing
Like,
this anymore.
and then they could bring out cool, like, this is our Black Ops Stormtrooper shit that you don't get to see because, like, we're the super badass guys. And so you have this, like, spearhead coming in to attack the base or whatever. They're doing crazy. It's Stormtrooper, but, like, some have, like X on their head or something, or some patriotic shit, whatever. Some fucking patriotic propaganda bullshit. Who the fuck cares?
They like sort of have, because they had the camo guys.
Yeah,
with the, like
true,
the
yeah.
different helmet.
Yeah,
but they
yeah.
don't do anything with it.
That's what I'm saying. And
Like-
it could have been those guys fighting the regular Stormtroopers. You know what I mean? That would have been sick, but no, we have Ewoks.
Maybe Ewoks.
We have Ewoks.
Let me
gotta
run
live
my
with that for the rest
solution
of our
by you.
lives.
I think it's an elegant solution. So there's no point in adding to the lore that Chewbacca lives with the Ewoks. Like, like he knows this place.
It's the
and
legal
that's-
offense in South Park.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. You know what's a much more elegant solution? Don't replace the Ewoks. Fill up the Ewoks' ranks with fucking Wookiees.
Yeah, if they were Wookiees instead of Ewoks, that would have been way
Kashyyyk did get
better.
fucked.
That would have been way better. If it was Kashyyyk, oh yeah. that would've been
In
way better.
canon of the
Oh my
movies,
God.
they talk about, like, we got rid of all the Wookiees. That's why there's only one fucking Chewbacca. The remaining Wookiees fled to Endor. There was a huge fucking Jedi temple on Kashyyyk. That's the Wookiee home planet. And you could even have, like, they have, like, still have some Jedi teachings there. That would just fix it, wouldn't it? If half of the Ewoks were just Wookiees with their bowcasters that we know are stronger than regular blasters, and their technology that we know is as good as regular technology, it's just themed after them being giant bear men.
I love how they in episode 7 they
bigger
show how
Wookiees.
strong the
Yeah.
bowcaster is, because that helps you really get over how Rey beats Kylo Ren at the end of episode 7,
Yeah. I mean, episode 7,
which I do really like.
when I watched it,
7 was a passable film. Seven
It's
was
episode 4, Electric Boogaloo.
which is great. I
Yeah.
kind of wanted
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's exactly how you started.
If they could have given me Empire Strikes Back Electric Boogaloo, I would have been gangbusters. But
Yeah,
no, they
no.
gave me whatever fucking Rian Johnson
They
thought he was
tried
fucking
to.
doing. Or Ryan Johnson, whatever the fuck his name is. I'll
Episode
never forgive
7
him.
is-
Never forgive him.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
that's exactly the same shit. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
Except it doesn't, because they just use the exact same.
Yeah.
But that was a good form.
That's
It
poetry.
It worked. It was.
It works.
It was.
Poetry rhymes.
It was a function. It was a passable movie. It worked. It did.
Which
Yeah.
one?
7.
Oh, I think I was going to say.
Yeah.
Well,
7 was...
I was going to lose my shit, but okay.
7 actually becomes an even better movie once
Yeah.
you have experienced what follows, and then you rewatch it and
Exactly.
you're like,
Yeah.
they could have just done more of this.
Yeah.
This is-
This
exactly.
would have been a
This was
perfectly
good.
acceptable gray slop.
I will never, admit that 8 is anything other than the director and whoever, like the writers, whatever, shitting on people being like theory crafting. It's just like the fandom. What do they think's going to happen? Fuck you.
Yeah.
We're
I'm gonna
doing not that.
Subvert expectations. because I'm edgy and different,
The
avant-garde.
40 years of lore we had built up.
He said,
We're
and
not
I
doing
quote,
any of that.
he said, and I quote, it doesn't matter what the fans want, what matters is the director's creative vision. I don't know if those are the exact words, but it was basically on the lines of that.
It was something to that effect. There's a panel I bring up all the time where Mark Hamill was on there too, and he basically said like, well, we have to like the fans are like the most important part, and then whoever, but the director, whose name I'm not going to name it because he shouldn't be remembered. He chimed in and basically said just completely the opposite of that.
Fuck
The fans don't know what they want.
And then like the crowd cheered, and you can see Mark Hamill just like die a little bit, like inside,
because he knows, but they don't know.
I saw that, and I was like, dude, bro. And then it's funny, like I watched because I gave up on Star Wars.
Right.
And then
That's a fair assessment.
Nick,
I still haven't seen
Nick
9.
said, Tony, have you watched The Mandalorian? And I was like, Nick, you know I gave up on Star Wars. And he said, no, Tony, you need to watch The Mandalorian. And I did, and I was like, I love Space Cowboy! I love Space Western!
Mando's great.
Wow!
Yeah.
So he's on a river of lava,
great.
what the
The
fuck?
credit song is such a banger.
It is.
And then I
Mando's
watched, it
great.
was so good, I watched like the like behind the scenes shit.
I'll eat the slop still. you
Yeah,
know?
I'll eat that slop. Give me that,
all
I'll
day.
gobble it
Yeah.
up. And come
Then
back
they
for
gave me the
seconds.
Acolyte.
I came back for seconds.
Dude,
I came back for the Acolyte.
No.
I
I will
love.
never.
I loved one aspect of the Acolyte,
No.
and that
I don't
is
even want to say it again.
So look,
the dumb guy from The Good Place being my favorite Sith I've ever seen.
all you
Just a
gotta do,
lying dick man with no clear goals.
any of the
fucking shit up.
Yeah.
any of the slop, all you got to do, make it palatable.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
I'll eat it. I will. Like just
yeah,
They
dude.
couldn't.
Mando
for me,
was so
at least,
good.
They couldn't make the Acolyte slop palatable.
No.
I haven't watched. I don't
You
know.
shouldn't. Don't.
In
got
my opinion,
2 or 3 episodes in, and I was like, I'm never
The-
watching any more of this ever again.
the best, most
Sorry,
like
they're not making any more.
the
Good,
best Star
they
Wars
shouldn't.
show to come out recently. I haven't watched all of season 2, but is Andor.
Yeah.
Andor is the best.
Andor's peak. Like
It's
I gotta watch it.
Andor's peak.
at the very least
it's just dudes.
the best
like,
written.
Just regular ass guys. Like
Yeah.
just out in the galaxy. It has
And the
nothing.
way Andor season 2 ends is the same way Rogue One ends. Is that Andor season 2 leads directly into
Rogue
Rogue
One.
One,
Yeah.
and
That's
Rogue
awesome.
One leads directly into Episode 4.
So
That's awesome.
one
It's
thing that I
beautiful.
did want to say
It's just
about
like-
that, it doesn't matter what the fans like type thing is. So I like to think that I'm a writer who knows what he's talking about in certain situations. I don't, but I like to think that. And one like my problem with that like style of reasoning is that subversion isn't payoff. Subversion is what you do right before you give payoff. It's the thing that like really lets the audience be like, "Oh fuck, what's going to happen?" It's what primes them. And unfortunately, they used it as like the subversion is the payoff. And then when the payoff was supposed to come, they essentially just filled in like, we want this character to die in a cool way, so they do. And like with Luke, like doing his bullshit force projection. That part wasn't bullshit. Him just doing one-liners until Kylo Ren tuckers himself out pretty much, and everyone else gets to get away.
I immediately stopped taking the movie seriously when he just chucked the lightsaber over his shoulder.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so we're doing this.
Yeah, dude.
So
Okay.
here's
All
the thing. You know what would have fixed that? If the subversion wasn't the payoff. If the subversion was he throws it over his shoulder and then he tells her, "I'm not a fucking Jedi anymore. Get the fuck out of here." And she keeps coming back, and then the movie was he has been testing her. And she like stays on this planet and tries to learn by herself. And then he guides her seemingly as like a grumpy old man. But then at the end, he sends her down to the cave that's down in the basement. And he's like, "You have to go in there for your vision." And like Yoda did with the fucking the damn tree of insight.
The rehashing.
And then
That's a force nexus.
and then when yeah, exactly. But she goes down there, she has her vision, and the end of her vision, she finds the lightsaber he threw, and he like the reveal is, "I left it there for you. This was always going to happen."
Yeah.
That would have been great.
Wouldn't
been
that have
better.
just fixed that little plot
would've been a
line?
lot better, yeah.
He could still be a disillusioned man who doesn't believe in the Jedi Order, but just the complete abandonment of like, you're gonna help people, go fuck yourself. My laser sword's going in the garbage.
I don't do that anymore.
I'm gonna suck this
I had one
titty
bad
monster for
experience
its
with
milk.
that, and I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I don't.
Yeah.
Remember when he sucks the titty?
I don't. I
The
don't
milk.
want to think about it.
So
man.
one of my
good
opinions
stuff.
that I have
Oh, it's there.
that I think is gonna, I think people should
Bring
throw
it up.
rocks
It,
at
it
me.
doesn't look good.
It's not good.
It's a great scene.
People
not.
should throw rocks at me because I will never stop saying writing isn't hard enough for them to be doing this bad of a job.
So what you were saying, like during that whole thing,
Yeah.
that's why I think 7 works. Is because Abrams, for like once in his fucking life, only put a mystery box at the end, which
Yeah.
is what's going to happen with when she's holding out the
Yeah.
lightsaber.
Yeah.
Everything else
Everything else was just
straightforward
to
writing.
a T a nouveau.
Yeah.
And that's why it worked.
It was straightforward.
He didn't
Great.
try to do any dumb
It was
bullshit.
rehashed, but like it was rehashed of something that worked so well that everyone was like, "You rehashed that? I can't wait."
Yeah.
And it had so many
And I
like.
couldn't wait.
Yeah.
And I waited. And then what I got?
Garbage.
Garbage. And I was mad.
Hot fucking garbage.
In episode 9, when I was watching it in the theaters in Korea, when I first saw it, I stood up to walk out 4 times. And I was like, nah, I gotta finish it.
Wow.
Finish it. But I stood up out of my chair and was like, I'm leaving.
God,
This
damn,
is
man.
bad.
Yeah,
I'm
that
done
bad.
with this.
I
Still haven't
still
watched
haven't
it.
finished
Wait, no.
I
I
refuse
still
to watch
haven't
it.
finished it.
I gotta finish
I
it.
still haven't finished it.
I have a
need
pitch
to.
for the
I
name
need
of this
to, so I can
episode.
say I've watched it all, but I fucking.
You
they
shouldn't,
killed my
because it's
baby.
bad.
They
God
killed my
damn.
baby. Fuck those people.
Killed your
See,
baby.
normally I would,
Killed everyone's
but
baby.
in this
They did.
this is another scenario where I'm confident. Like I don't need to watch it. I know it's garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Palpatine's back.
No, he's
Some-
not. No, he's
Let
not.
me tell you.
My answer: no, he's not.
So I told
he-
Rob
no,
this.
yeah.
I told Rob this, and he said, "Don't
he was
you say
always
that
there.
to me."
It's always there.
That the canonical explanation for what occurred is that during a season of Fortnite, the missions were secretly you providing materials to Emperor Palpatine, who has released this message to the universe, and you're why he has a secret fleet of Star Destroyers with Death Star
Fortnite.
lasers,
Yeah.
because a season of Fortnite occurred. That happened, and we all can't let them forget that happened. Because
And that almost makes it better.
it's more reasonable than a lot of things that they chose to do.
Yeah. If you take the Fortnite away from it, it makes it a lot worse of a movie. You
Yeah.
add the Fortnite in,
Forgive
forgives it a little bit.
No. What kind of hell reality do we live in where that's the truth?
I'm.
No.
You have come to my temple only to realize that it's my victory royale. And then he shoots her with lightning.
Speaking of like games and like movies connecting, there was that one game / show on Sci-Fi. What was it? It started with a D.
Defiance.
Defiance.
Yeah, they tried so hard.
They tried.
It was,
yeah.
They almost
Sci-Fi
had
made an
something.
ambitious move to
It
make
was-
an
it was- they
MMO
almost had it.
shooter
That had a television show tie-in.
The
Yeah.
actions of the players in the game would affect the next season of the show.
Yeah.
That just.
What
It
a
was
ba-
ambitious.
what a
They
what
were
a
and
baffling.
This was
I was gonna
writing
say,
off
that just,
difficult
it just
thing.
doesn't seem tenable. Like
No, it
this
wasn't.
was riding off of Stargate. They were like, okay, Stargate universe isn't going the way we want to, but people want edgy, kind of more action-oriented, less campy.
Yeah,
This isn't the 90s anymore.
They want our military sci-fi fantasy.
Yeah. So let's try this thing with Defiance, and we'll tie in a shooter MMO. with
Very
it.
ambitious.
Very ambitious. I wish it worked.
I wish it worked too.
Yeah.
I played it. I tried
We
to
tried,
help
A for effort.
make it work. I watched the show. I played the game.
In concept, I really
Didn't-
love the
didn't
idea.
Pan out. Yeah, no, that's a
I-
great
yeah,
idea.
It could have
What
been
if you could
somewhere.
play Fortnite and it affected the TV show you were watching?
Don't you say that. Don't put those words in the
I
universe.
put them out there.
this is.
Don't just say Fortnite. Make it so that they have to make their own game.
This
They
is,
tried making their own game. It failed epically.
This is what Fortnite's for now.
Yeah.
This
It
is the
saved Star Wars.
This sounds like. I don't expect any of you to know this.
Oh.
Are you aware of the? It was like a game that came out. It was for like the Genesis CD or something.
Yeah, no, that's before our time, Mario. God damn.
No, that was concurrent.
That wasn't our.
What was the game?
We were like 3, but it was there. We were alive. Anyway, the game created huge controversy, right? Because, tales old as time. Video games make people violent. You know? And, they've been doing that forever. Yeah. But I believe it was in the 1990s or late 80s. They made a game. I believe it was for the Sega CD. And it was like a almost choose your own adventure. Why was it controversial? Because it was home intruders going into a house full of women.
Oh my god!
And basically, as the women, you were like trying to avoid the intruders.
Oh, you play both sides.
Oh,
now that changes things.
You're trying to avoid the intruders,
right?
Like they just kind of do stuff, and then it plays out. And it was live action. It was recorded,
little
instances.
Oh shit!
And this was considered
like Dragon's Lair, where you're just choosing between two different branching pathways of pre-rendered like.
And
footage.
it was just like, oh, look how much like violence this is promoting, and it's like shit. It's like daytime TV soap opera level of
and then you have lost.
And they use this in like legal cases to just be like, look what video games do to people.
And make them home intruders.
Man.
And this was like a landmark thing because this was lumped in with like Mortal Kombat and shit.
My legal argument in defense would be technically this game trains you to have your home intruded upon.
But
you're the victim of
all alone.
Yeah.
What I was trying to like tie it back into is just it was sort of like you affect the adventure or whatever, but like based on like your results, like more violent or whatever, you know. Are the girls gonna get got? Like what are the implications of this?
What happens when they get me?
I think they kill them or something. It's sort of like dudes in just like ski masks.
Right.
Or
this is like I imagine this probably came out around the time like the slasher genre was really blowing up.
Yeah.
And this
that was another big one, Manhunt.
Yeah.
It came out early 2000s.
Post serial killer craze of the 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Yeah.
The lead really
craze.
Yeah, there were like a ton of serial killers.
That's when serial
that wasn't a craze. That was the golden age, buddy.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, good way to twist it.
For a second, I thought you meant interest in, because I was just like...
There wasn't interest in.
True crime's been... Yeah. No, it's more. There's more interest in it now than ever.
Oh, yeah. We're so interested in it now that we're actually running a little bit out.
Yeah.
We have to like dramatize
Maybe
much
you
smaller...
I can talk about serial killers like I talk about orcs.
I mean, like...
It's not good.
In terms of people making true crime content... There's like a bunch of like things where it's like, oh well, we can't cover that. That's been covered too much.
Well, oh no, okay. So what you're saying is now we've already hit the point of oversaturation. Yes, we have. Long time ago.
Yeah,
very
that
so.
like everything else, you got to sort through to find the good bits.
Yeah. My goodness, this episode is just us power dorking. I think.
Yeah, very much so. Which is good. We haven't had one of these in a while.
We've already established I have a morbid fascination with serial killers. So.
Oh yeah.
Shut up! Don't touch me.
It's one of his wizard.
I wouldn't say dope exactly.
That's pretty cool.
It's one of his interests.
They're interesting, yes.
His College of Mastery.
Yeah, his mastery. That's what I was looking for. It's one of his wizard masteries.
There's a probably a hierarchy to things to be like overly obsessed over. Do you think serial killers or Star Wars is the worst one to be like? Actually, I have a lot of opinions about. And I know a good deal about
people are going to be like, oh, serial killer? It's going to raise an eyebrow because that's just how some people are.
So, like, Star Wars, it leads you into, like, the nerdy camp. Like,
you're locked in
If you're into serial killers, that's more like the Starbucks drinking white girl kind of, like...
It feels...
That's
How dare you?
That's fair. That's fair.
The largest consumer 100%.
Of
that stuff.
Yeah.
It's not the only... Okay, guy.
No,
but like if you told
Starbucks drinking white girl with blonde hair,
there's no girl that I know of in my life.
I wouldn't like not talk to her about it. But
there's no girl besides like I guess older in my life that like if I went up to them and was like, "What do you know about serial killers?" They wouldn't be like, "I have a favorite," or like, "I know about this case." Like that seems like a very I think it's...
Yeah, like, to the point where I try to get my wife into the Netflix show, Mindhunters or whatever.
Yeah.
Where it's about the BSU being started.
It's a great fucking show.
It is a great show. And she's like, where's the serial killer? It's like, well, no, they're going around and talking
There's
to
like
them,
5.
And you have to wait for them to start showing up. She's like...
Who are real serial killers?
Yeah, she's like, we're already like 2 episodes in and there's not a serial killer running around killing people.
There's literally no serial killer.
And they were building up to BTK and they just never got another fucking season.
Yeah. That was such good show that ended too soon.
Yeah, Netflix loves doing
Anyway,
that.
whatever.
Yeah,
My point was going to be that, like, whatever you guys just said, okay? Like, that's how all my interest works, okay? They're not interests. They are obsessions that I oscillate between. Like, that's how I function.
It's good, though.
Currently, I've been absorbed in orcs, drowning in it, almost.
Yeah.
Like, but, like, sometimes
mean,
it's serial killers.
Been a lot of fun, though. And
Learned a lot, had a lot of fun.
It is. But
hopefully you don't become engrossed in Star Wars, because frankly, I don't have a lot more to say about it. I feel like I've covered...
I mean, that was like...
I guess that one of the last thoughts I have on Star Wars is that A New Hope is a more full and complete movie, and I would say is a great and standalone the best movie. But I think The Empire Strikes Back is my favorite, and I would consider it subjectively the best in my eyes because it piggybacks off of how good A New Hope is. Being like a perfect sequel, it's a perfect sequel to what it
In the
basically
context of a
perfect
trilogy,
movie.
yeah.
So in the context of a trilogy, exactly, it's just a very excellent film. It gives me a lot of stuff that I enjoy, a lot of memes, and I like it.
So, the best comparison I can make, which, I don't know, someone might consider this, like, sacrilegious or blasphemous, but is the Godfather trilogy.
The Godfather trilogy is considered one of the, like... The first and second movies are considered, like, these are the things that you go to understand writing the first two parts of a trilogy. And then if you want to know how to write the third part of a trilogy, the science is out on that, actually. We haven't mastered it.
Yeah. And
endings are hard.
They are.
Endings are hard.
Much like the original Star Wars trilogy, everyone says the second one is...
The best.
Yeah. I disagree. I like the first one more than the second one.
It's a more full and complete movie.
It's a more complete story.
That I think that happens a lot with movies.
It's a fulfilled story. You don't need a sequel after that.
Yeah.
So
but the sequel is really good. Like,
we're looking at it, if these were all just standalone movies. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Episode 4
but
is the best.
But that's what I was getting at earlier with, like, how I was breaking down how I think of the Star Wars trilogy is just like, first one, most complete story. Second one is like everyone's favorite, and it's a damn near perfect sequel. It also ramps up the special effects, which is what Star Wars is known for. It
improves on everything the first one had.
Yeah.
Every single thing.
The first one blew everybody's minds, and that was when it's like, we're banging together like buckets to like do shit. And then number 2 is like, well, now we have infinite money. Go crazy. And number 3 is just like, we've broken through, we forgot what we were doing.
Success has a bad habit of making you forget what made you successful.
Yeah.
And I think there's a nice little parallel, as weird as it sounds, with the Godfather trilogy.
I think genuinely one of the big problems with writing trilogies is that most of like the big trilogies that exist outside of like Lord of the Rings is like the clear exception, and it's like third act being considered still so good, like reflects this
because it's one big book.
Yeah, exactly.
The third act is nothing but conclusion.
No, that's my point, because most of these trilogies weren't trilogies when they started.
No.
Star Wars wasn't, certainly.
Yeah.
He didn't know he was going to be able to make another movie. Godfather, I doubt that they thought, like, we're going to make the best trilogy. And then you make the sequel, but you make the sequel setting yourself up for your third movie. But I feel like often what happens, by the time you're done writing the sequel, I mean, Hollywood is a fast-moving, like, machine. You have to get that out. You don't have time to also work on the third movie. But you know how you want it to end. But that leads to you're a different man by the time that you start writing it than at the time that you wrote the second movie, which was supposed to set up the third. So you have changed so much that your vision cannot align with the second and first movies. Which leads to the third movie often being like, and then we followed up the second one with this. And it's like, wow, this seems like it was made by a different team. Because it kind of was. They had to focus so hard on getting the first movie, only working on the first movie. You get greenlit for a sequel, you work on all of that and start planning for the last one. But you've got to also like dedicate all your time to working on the second one. There's George Lucas's out there in the desert and like lightsabers keep breaking. It's a whole stressful thing. And then by the time you're ready for the third movie, you're such a different guy. Your aims are different for the third movie. You start to think, well, how can we make it more kid-friendly? Let's add the teddy bears as the Viet Cong. And then you end up with the human flesh feast.
So
Yeah, God bless.
kind of what you said.
But Lord of the Rings was supposed to be one long thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
consistently the thing it is.
As far as like stressors you were going over, like how the first one versus the third one, I like to think there's like a wildly different between
It's
A
different
New Hope
environment, yeah.
and fucking the first Godfather, because it's like on the one hand George is just like, it's gonna be a failure, this is the worst,
I'm sorry.
everything's falling apart, and then you shift over
Harrison,
and
don't you dare shit talk us on the talk shows. I know you're going to.
it's just fucking Godfather. It's just like, hope the mob doesn't kill me. Like that would suck.
I keep
I'm
getting
exposing them a lot.
I keep getting visited by them in the night, and they keep saying that they're big fans of the movie, and I don't know if that means that they're big fans of the movie or if I am going to die.
Yeah, dude, double speak.
No,
Double speak.
we really like the project you've been working on. It's been a real interesting movie.
Real eye opener.
Real eye-opener. Real true to life, wouldn't you say?
Real thinker.
I just tried to make the movie, like, the best story I could tell. Well, it's a good one. We'll see you around.
You could say it did gangbusters.
Yeah.
As I understand, it was like there was a member of the mafia like on set.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I mean, that happens all the time.
He's the if I'm remembering right.
Now it does.
That's all.
He's the guy who's like nervous about meeting Don Corleone
Yeah.
and outside, and he's
Because he's a big fan of the actual, yeah, I remember this story. Sorry, I interrupted.
well. So the story goes, it's just like he's an actual mafia guy. Like he's not an actor.
Yeah.
And so he was nervous about doing his lines, and so he was like practicing them over and over again, sitting down, and then I guess Coppola,
he sold it,
just saw him and was just like, that's going in the movie.
Yeah.
And then they just recorded
This is
him
good
outside until he had to like go and actually do the scene.
Once I make this piece of shit, I get to make my dream. Megalopolis, the greatest film ever put to screen.
God, dude. Oh my God.
I want to say that character's name is Luca Barazzi, maybe.
Megaopolis is the worst film I've ever seen because, he made The Godfather. So how did he make this?
I mean,
Like
for the
that
same reason that the
We
trilogy
just talked about. Yeah.
He's a different man by the time that these things occurred. We all are changing. The only constant.
I feel like by the time Megalopolis rolled around, it was like he goes from wow, I hope the mob doesn't kill me, to like wow, the mob loves that I made them look really cool.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't care anymore.
I imagine that he has almost Secret Service level protection in certain cities.
The mob loves
Not
me.
not because he hires them, but because the mafia's like, Coppola's gonna be in town. You make sure nothing happens on that avenue tonight. You make sure that man gets a good night's sleep.
That's kind of how the mob works.
I mean, that's how
Scratch
everything
our back,
works.
we'll scratch yours.
That's how everything works. Every group that if you go out of your way to flatter them in some piece of work will, and not even just flatter them, show them in a light that is truthful and it feels humanizing,
I see you.
and compelling to the common man, so everyone gets what
Appealing,
they are. It just they always go to oh, you get free pizza now because you made the pizza. I imagine that fucking Billy West probably gets free pizza.
Everyone loves validation.
He's the best delivery boy in Futurama.
With the mafia though,
The mafia is also
you can't. It's
Well, first of all, mafia doesn't exist. All right.
this thing of Oz.
sure, okay.
But when it comes to
Yeah.
this thing of Oz,
I mean, I don't know, live whatever world you're living in, but for one, the mob so it's weird if you're not Italian, but it's they're so.
Are you Italian?
They're so yes, they're so. But I couldn't be truly part of the mafia because I have tainted blood. I'm not full Italian.
Because you're Sicilian? Or no?
No, because I'm half.
Oh, because you're... Yeah.
My mom is
yeah.
Irish/Welsh.
He's from here, yes.
So
yes.
I'm not a pure blood. So I couldn't be. That's what Goodfellas is about. they want to be mobsters, but they can't be full mobsters because they're not pure blood.
Right, they can be grunts, but they can't.
So they're
be,
good fellas.
Yeah,
they're like associated, but you can't be in the club because
you're more
not,
like a criminal
you're not
contractor.
full blood.
Yeah.
And that's like a huge deal.
That's very funny because like that feels like the
my point being, it puts a different context on everything.
Yeah,
where it's
there's
like
a racial element to
like
it.
how much would they like Coppola if he wasn't Italian?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
this is true. I didn't think about the racist aspect. Okay, yeah.
that's
like
kind
Mr.
of a big
McFarlane, this movie that you made.
yeah. Yep.
I don't know. I'm not referencing a specific director. If there's a specific director, last name McFarlane.
And then this actually goes both ways.
I guess,
Because if he didn't do a flattering job,
Guys, please, we can all just calm down.
if an Italian did a bad job depicting the mafia,
That's what I'm saying.
he'd be dead.
Like-
yeah, maybe, possibly, I don't know.
We're gonna show them how we do it
Well,
in the old.
He would have had a
country.
bad time, probably.
Especially given the time period. That's
what I'm
also that's
saying.
also
Yeah,
really
that's what I'm
important,
saying.
Is
This is back when they had power and
at
shit.
the time.
Yeah,
Like Mafia's still around. Like they haven't gone anywhere. But it's like they're nowhere near as like
influential and powerful.
They're not driving around with Tommy guns.
I mean they
robbing
still
banks.
are, but it's like they're not exactly. They're
Yeah.
not like in the streets
Yeah.
just fucking doing shit.
Yeah,
Like
flipping their dimes, waiting for Batman
it
to
is
come.
it is now just like a
Because I forget.
like an international business, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
more
because
than
like there was
anything.
one of the presidents cracked down, and I don't know the exact history there, but yeah, at one point there was a crackdown. But like before then, yeah, they ran shit like that. The country was used there.
It was, bro. It was a crackdown from like 1920 to fucking 1980 something.
Yeah.
The mob was just a huge fucking.
The
problem.
mob lasted fully from the time that we made really, really big, hilarious hats for businessmen, all the way up until the point where businessmen stopped wearing hats. That was all mafia time. So I say that the power of the mafia may lie in the hats.
I mean, you know,
Could
the
be.
look is part of it. I'm not
The
gonna
look
lie.
is
The
part
look
of it,
is
yeah.
very integral.
So another thing is like regarding Star Wars and all these things. Like I've essentially like told you my fan fictions of how I would fix Star Wars.
Pretty good fixes.
It comes down to, at my core, my heart of hearts, I'm a theory crafter when I'm watching something. When I'm watching something that's building something, I always try to think of what it's going to be. And Mario said this earlier. It's because deep in our hearts, you want to be right.
Yeah.
I feel like I can call it. Now, this is like one of the big points of disagreement because Tony does not have the theory crafter desire. He wants to enjoy things in what I'll say is probably a more accurate way. Like,
I turn off my brain. And I just let it come at me. At least I try to.
Enjoy the content for the content.
Because once you understand writing well enough, you can see shit coming, and you just kind of lose the joy of it. So when I just like immerse myself, what I try to focus on is the scenery, the colors, the imagery, the symbolism. I try to focus on what was the creative influence behind the decisions they make in every sort of like visual thing I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Because anytime you adapt any sort of medium, you should always be keeping the medium in mind as to what you're doing.
Yeah.
So-
Why is this a movie as opposed to a book?
as someone who is currently like writing like a novel, I'm very limited by the medium because all I have is words. Whereas like if this was supposed to be like a movie or a show or an animation or something, I would want to keep the medium in mind as far as how I am portraying and what I'm actually showing or trying to do with the work. And so I try to like focus on those aspects instead of like the actual writing aspects.
How the medium can work for the story.
Yeah.
And I think that also cuts to the core of like why things like video game adaptations don't really work.
That precisely. Because like a lot of video game mechanics don't make her good movies.
Yeah.
Great example, and why Halo failed, Master Chief being a faceless hero. They failed the faceless hero archetype because they keep thinking the faceless hero archetype doesn't translate to movies or shows, and I think that's stupid. It does.
It's worked in so many other things.
It has.
It worked
Mandalorian.
famously on a show that was on at the same time.
Yeah, they learned nothing from Mandalorian. They
Yeah.
learned nothing. Him taking his helmet off is allowed to happen if you make it a big deal.
And
Right.
it was. And he's like, I have to repent after this.
Yeah, in Mandalorian, both times it was a massive deal. In Halo, he takes his helmet off, it's a big deal, and then it stops being a big deal, it's off for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? That's on the Chief.
It's terrible. But like when I'm watching something, like Star Wars is the obvious thing that we've been talking about, but like I think last week I might have mentioned it on here that the Peacemaker season 2 is on, and I've been theory crafting for that, and Alien Earth, both of these things incredible that I've really been enjoying, and I've been theory crafting like crazy, and unfortunately that means I've been very annoying lately because I've been talking to people not only who generally don't want to theory craft, but they don't want to theory craft certainly about either show that they are not watching.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And it hasn't stopped me. I do things wrong. I draw my trackpad. Rob is getting a crazy earful. Yeah. Brody watched Peacemaker and caught up, and I told him, I just remembered what we had to say about this on the podcast. So I told Brody the theory. And a couple days later, I was like, I've been watching this show, and they introduced these new characters. There's Peacemaker's brother who's alive in the other reality, and he has like a superhero identity that I don't like know who this character is. And then there's this other guy who's in the main universe who's the most famous eagle hunter in the world, played by the guy who did Yondu in Guardians.
Love that guy.
Fantastic, and Gunn loves bringing him into things. He was a different character, I think, in all 3 Suicide Squad things, like Peacemaker, Suicide Squad, and I think he's in one other thing. Just a completely different character. Doesn't matter. I wanted to know if these characters were comic book characters and what I could learn about them. And there's a YouTube channel that I only really watch on the occasions that new Marvel stuff comes out. They're called New Rock Stars, but in my head I always call them Marvel Slop because it's just...
I love my Marvel Slop.
I love listening to Marvel Slop. I won't watch one of those movies. God, no, I don't have that kind of time. But I can watch like a 30-minute video about a guy telling me the plot, and then these are the Easter eggs. Aren't they interesting? Not, and I'm like, that was interesting. Not worth tickets, but, interesting. I like to see it. And they had a couple episodes about the new episodes of Peacemaker. And so I was like, maybe I can learn about these characters through my Marvel Slop channel. And I go on there, and I'm watching the videos, and the twin brother is a specific character, but he's like a not really Peacemaker-related character. And the Eagle Hunter is like a completely original character, I believe. But then, while they're doing all this, they mention something, and they really go off on it, and it's the same exact theory that I have. And they're like citing the comic book sources of like, this could be Earth X, which is the one where the Nazis won World War II, and like this is all of this stuff going on. And then they cited every single piece of evidence that I had compiled.
Yeah.
And immediately the wind left my sails, and I was like, oh, I'm not a smart special boy. This
is common knowledge.
The dumb thing that I wrote is this fat-faced dork thinks that too. Which I guess makes me the fat-faced dork, really. By the way, I'm being very mean. The reason that I watch them is because they're like Marvel Slop things. They present it pretty tolerably. I don't mind watching them. They're pretty likable. But I have to insult them because I think I'm better than them somehow, despite the fact that I probably came up with this theory later than they did.
No, ego.
Dark times in the kingdom.
And with that, we're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed the nature of this content, go and give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. You can go and give me a follow on Blue Sky at Famfare. And you can support us on our Patreon. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.